What is going on, students? It's Devlin Cassidy, aka The Scholar, back to you guys with another Match Monday. New tech, new overlays. You can see my face cam is a lot better because that's what happens, you know, when you get Christmas money and you get to bless yourself and then you get to bless up because you get to play with Cardfight Vanguard. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to talk about an amazing game that I got to have with my cousin and my teammate, Zach. I'm just so excited that I got to play some Vanguard when I did a little mini trip down to Florida to go see family, a little post the holidays, but to be able to catch up with them. We're playing our two favorite decks, as you can see, Great Nature on the left, and then on the right, Tachikaze for Zach. Zach is playing the Magnumloop, and of course I'm playing Bigbelly. Gonna try to get back into some Great Nature testing because I know I've been lacking. I've been doing some metaing, and that's not me, but also at the same time it kind of is because I'm trying to go to Worlds, but it's fine. So I'm just very excited to be able to bring you guys this content, and make sure, if you guys, of course, you guys know the drill, these beautiful sponsors that I have down on the black bar, please go check them out. They are fantastic. All three of them do so much good and all get represented in this video, because the cards on the table I got from KSC, the mat is from Dank Ritual, and the dice that I use is from Dual Spec. So you guys already know the drill. Go shop with them. Use my codes. Use my links in the, down in the description below. They'll get you right. I promise you will not get steered wrong. But we're just doing some prep work. Forgot to also grab my harmonics out of bugs, so I just was able to toss into Great Nature, so that way I have it for the video. But without further ado, let's get started here. We're shuffling up. Done our post mulligan. I had to skip around because we were talking to some friends in this video. And mind you, there are some proxies that pop up, unfortunately. Those get changed in live time because we're trolling. Because he said everything was built, but, you know, Zach's going to Worlds, actually. So he is just, you know, trying to really prep and just go through the motions of everything. So Zach's going first. He rides. Does the whole Savage Shooter thing. And it's a very clear indication that the Tachikaze players are playing a Magnumloop if you see the Blytops. The Blytops is a big advantage engine card in that deck that lets you actually do a lot of cool defensive plays with the G guards that retire, so just know that. But, you know, activate the Harmonics effect here, get both. Activating Mini Belly to get Big Belly, you know what I'm saying? So we're locked in with the Panda now. We have our going second Panda. Very, very good card. Yeet that Great Nature Quick Shield out of here. My beautiful SPs, bro. I miss playing this deck. Do a drive check here, find the Amazing Professor, and then a Magnum goes to the damage zone, which is huge. Zach here riding Mega Rex, pushing up the Blytops, and then commits to an aggro, which is what you want to do against Great Nature. Great Nature thrives on having its pieces, and if I have to guard with my pieces, then I can't kill you. So he throws the good old Pylo here. Thankfully, I hit a trigger, man, because, you know, triggers win games. Going to swing, you know, the Reggiodon. Reggiodon isn't going to be able to do much, but gives the Blytops a gauge, so when he eats this with the Mega Rex, I get to draw a card. Also, yeah, I don't know how that happened with the thing. But the Blytops, we get to get those two gauges back, and then trigger to pass. And unfortunately, that his Elementaria Sanctitude. Yeah, so that's the first proxy of the game. We're laughing right now. I'm going like, bro, how do you have the Tempest Sphere in the deck, brother? And thankfully, it's a good one. So I'm giving the double thumbs up, the good content. And so there we go. There we go. He's pulling it out. We'll get the fixing live time because I love you all. This is what y'all don't see behind the scenes. Like, with all my friends up here up in the north, we get everything locked in and set up, and it's fantastic. But this here is for y'all. So there we go. Got the Elementaria, and you're about to see the funny thing off the top. I draw my Elementaria, so now we're rolling. So I have to do something actually really weird here. I would really love to have another grade 2 in my hand, but I have to write a Parakeet and then call a Parakeet to activate the Parakeet skill, so that way it retires, so that way this mic that is left in my hand is alive, thankfully. So very glad to have the Mike Sabaru, because Mike Sabaru is such a good card. It's crazy that card is literally out of like G Fighters collection 2016 and is still played in the clan. That goes to show you how poor Great Nature support got, or how good that card is. But definitely a mixture of both. I also want to call that to the side where it can boost something after this Parakeet yaks itself. So So I swing 9 on the Mega X. He's going to no guard it here. And then I'm going to check a Crayon Tiger. A Blaze Mane and go to the damage zone, meaning no Coel Magnum revives. And then I'm going to swing for 19 here. And there's another Coel Magnum. So now the loop's dead. The loop is dead on this turn. This is very unfortunate. That 2 Coel Magnums have already been sent to damage. But I use the Mike proc to grab Rhino. Rhino's so good. People need to stop hating on Rhino. Like, card's still good. No zeros is cracked. Fortunately, Zach here has to G assist and is not playing the Gaia build. Is playing that top 16 list from Europe that is running Spino Driver. Which Spino Driver low-key is a history collection stride within itself. It draws a card in its effect. Gets you the 2 Excel markers. It does enough to where it kind of acts as that superior stride without getting you the GB, which there's not a lot of cards in Tachikaze that care about the GB minus the G Guardian that gets really huge, but like I prefer the on placement payoff is a little bit better, so that's why I'm kind of fine with it, but we'll see. Let you like leave these live pieces up. Like you can do a lot of like intricate stuff in Tachikaze, so I'm very thankful that that this deck still has options. Zach gets rid of double PG here, which like really doesn't matter now that I've shown that he has the Rhino. It's like it's not like he can use those anyway on those things. So we shall see. So you ride a Spino Driver here. Thinking what to call, gets the Mega X. And doesn't know if he has to commit more. He's just trying to figure out what is the best course of action. And he's just gonna hold here. Gonna swing good old 16 here. I'm gonna check a Forbidal, which is tough. Thankfully I already have the full combo in hand, but like seeing the Forbidal to get that resurrection is huge in this deck. So we shall see. And I get a trigger here, which is huge. Really like that I was able to nab that. It's gonna get the draw 2 Pot of Greed here. It's gonna call the Mega Rex from hand. Call the Arcbird. +5/+5. So I gotta think here. Say an over trigger to pass, see it in his hand, and shows me that he is in store. Swings Mega X here. Eating. And then determining what he needs to do for the gauge. He opts no gauge here. Just draws the card, so that way he can't get the power to connect. Leaves me at 2 CB. But never fear. Panda Friend is here. I'm debating actually going Wisdom Teller for a second, just because like the floor wasn't too crazy, but I'm scared about him having that really nutty ride up, which will be interesting. So yeah, he's just putting the things back into frame because I'm like, hey, those are probably out of frame, but you know, it's chill, my boy. So here we go. But I end up going, you know, into the regular V-Belly. I just think the attrition of card draw is a little bit better in the V-Belly, which is why I still play it at the higher ratio. But there's a theory that a gentleman explained to me in Philly, where you may just want to play 3 G-Belly 1V or a 2-2 split again. So I will see how my heart feels when playing, but we will go here. So I'm just kind of thinking again, like, do I want to gain attrition? Do I just want to be drawing cards here so that way I filter my deck down? And I end up settling for that as I go Blarl. just thinking here. We thinking away. I haven't piloted this deck on the channel for a minute, so I need to pilot it with you all. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't played this. I have easily not played this deck in like 6 months. I think I still end up going Balaurl. Yeah, because there's like nothing in my hand that stands out like that lets me force the kill. So I just need to like play for value, which Balaurl lets me do by threatening card draw and then getting guaranteed card draw at the end of turn when everything dies. So I call here Spool Mary. And don't I have a trigger in hand? I swear I did have a trigger. And I do miss a Pangolin timing here. Forgive me. I forgot that card is mandatory, and not a May. So we're giving all the fun stuff to the Balaurl here. Just gonna flip up a Mana Garmer, because that's what we want to do. And I'm just going to start off by swinging Balaurl first. Just in case like I check the OT or something. The OT is a front in this deck. We are still on the Blessed Flavor. The heal, though, is huge. We're giving power to the Spool Mary because it's going to swing multiple times. And we are going to be able to revive one since we're tied at 3. Heal one since we're tied at 3. Third check is a crit. And we're giving all the power to the Spool Mary because now Zach has to guard out that. Or I'll get the heal power to the mic. Actually, that was very smart of me to do so. So now I get the on-hit draw. Grab another Spool Mary. We're doing the good things of the world. Swing. Word activates Spool Mary's effect. She gives herself 10k since I'm on a Bigbelly Vanguard. So she is 29, 34, 38 to the 12k. Pretty solid numbers. I do say so myself. Zach here is going to G-Guard. The card gets 10k for every attach, so it's 37, 5 more k. Committing the Blaze Maiden here, though, is very tough. Because now you're kind of abandoning the Coel Magnumloop and have to figure out a new way to beat me. Swinging here, the Crayon Tiger. Gonna restand here, and this is where I forget the effect. $27. Swing here, this is 42. Giving me 62 with the Drag Beta. And then I do the Pangolin effect. Thankfully, he did not let the Crayon Tiger hit, so technically everything here is actually correct. Because I reread that Pangolin here in a second going, I'm like, hey, hold on, something doesn't feel right. And I go, oh, wait, yeah, I need a Soul Charge again. So Soul Charge another belly here. So technically everything is still correct. Then I'm swinging here. This is, yep, enough to get me that draw. Then we're drawing off the Crayon Tiger. We're killing the first front 3 rear guards. We're drawing 3 cards. And we're searching for a grade 3. Do I not opt to search here? Did I forget to search? Oh yeah, because it's because I think I drew the heal. So like I didn't want to go and search my deck for another grade 3. Yeah. Whoops. Don't shoot the messenger. It's been a minute. That was a long day too. He immediately like picked me up from the airport and like finessed me. So we're playing Vanguard at like 9 at night. Like, and I hadn't eaten all day. So make sure that's why you eat your fruits and vegetables, kids, so you can retain your brain knowledge and be good like me. Ka-chow. Something like that. Going with the good old effect of on place king here. Then we're talking about what is the order, and you get the on right effect because both abilities do proc. And I think he's asking here, do I miss timing for the Prism Bird? And I think both go on standby. So if a judge is watching this video, do you get the Prism Bird effect still? Because Zach and I do want to know. We're gonna say no because we're moving on to a new skill skill, but I think actually looking back on it, you would. And so that's what we're discussing here. So if you call a Prism Bird from hand off of the Spino Driver reverse, do you get the Prism Bird effect as well as the Spino Driver's effect? This is what we'd like to know. If a glorious, fantastic Bushiroad judge could answer that down in the description below, or down in the comments below. What am I talking about? Y'all can't edit my description. But if you guys could figure that out in the comment section below, I'd greatly appreciate it. And Zach would too. So we're eating here. We're making another Excel marker. We're drawing a card. We're drawing a card and calling a card. Finds the Regiodon and commits the stride here with the Spino Driver. Is counting his cards in deck here to see like which play he should be going into. I think when in doubt, you go Neberos, bro. It's just what it is. So we're just doing some setup here, some setup work, you know what I'm saying? Yep, calling all the stuff out here. Going crazy. Now going to set up the gauges here with Savage Shooter. The power with Savage Shooter being able to set up the Regiodons and the Blue Sprints is actually very, very powerful with this deck. So we're just getting the stuff set up here. Going crazy. Thankfully though, I be hitting triggers today. Friend. Yep. So we're engorging here, retiring that first Savage Shooter. Getting the boys set up. So now we're doing all the engorge plays. Blight tops here is crazy work. So we're setting up all these calls here. Yeah, it's just a lot. It's just so many auto abilities going on the stack once stuff just starts dying in Tachi. You know what I mean? So he's just counting again, just trying to verify, like, should he give it the gauge, should he not? I think he opts to do so or not. I don't. Oh wait, yeah, because the Coel Magnums are out. So you actually. So the cool thing about the Coel Magnum loop deck is you actually get to think about, like, do you gauge or not to compress your deck further? Like, all you're thinking about in terms of is the deck compression. So of course this thing is gonna eat my fat Elementaria here, and yeah, stopping that, and it's Trax, baby. Swinging here the Prism Bird for 28. Swinging the Neberos here again. I think, do I end up PGing this here? Yeah, I PG this with the Deli Belly, pitching a Spool Mary. Heal trigger though is big for Zach. Is very big. Getting one of those Coel Magnums back to the damage zone. Technically, if he finds another Blaze Maiden, the loop becomes live again. But it'll be about living my next turn, especially if I'm able to populate another Oxel marker. Which I kind of forgot to do so, because I forgot to search. So, who knew that misplays on me were bad? I get to draw a card here by Soul Blasting one. Draw a card. Look at me go. Look at me go in my large hand. So what I love about Great Nature is the hand size, bro. I can't get past it. It's so good. It's so good. Swings the bird here. We got it with the Pond Belly. And we're passing. So he does have the Blight Tops for the defensive G-Guard play if he opts to go that route. Oh yeah, I had the other belly in hand. I guess I didn't see it, which is why I didn't end up searching. So I'm able to populate that other Excel marker, draw on the card here, and this is where it goes. G-Belly coming in clutch. Coming in clutch. Because we'll be able to go into Calidrius here. Calidrius here goes for some insane value. So now I'm going to think, well, do I now have enough to go through with my game plan? Because I've compressed my deck very hard as well by drawing all these cards. So we go for the Rhino. We go for the Amazing Professor. We go for good old Mini Belly numero uno. I find a Rhino, but I just want to keep it. That could have been out of the deck. I could have hit a trigger. It could have been better. Ooh, but no. I still can't believe I missed the mic trigger. Going back and the best part about the commentary videos is me going back and watching like what I absolutely just munted on in the previous game. So yeah, It's all good though. I think because we do well here on this turn. And again, call another mic, targeting the Rhino. Hopefully we don't miss this trigger. If this turn we don't lose. But we're just so locked in here. Very healthy follow-up hand 2 on the remaining pieces. Just thinking about like the mandatory draws and stuff, like how further is my deck compressed, because I can't afford to call the Pangolin. Just that way I would have soul for the Sipticon play, but I do not. So we're gonna activate the Calidrius here like so. The reason activating Calidrius like this is cool is because it does not give the front row rear guard effects, so it will just hit whatever units it saw in the front row for 10k and then retire them. So the reason I showed you that play is so that way your Crayon Tigers can stay on the board after. So that's what you want to do, so you guys can keep your Crayon Tigers around. Do not be sacking your Crayon Tigers. You cannot revive those with Forbidal, and those are really good cards. Why we play cards like All Mirage and stuff to protect those cards, actually. So just very good play indeed. Goes here to retire. When those die, those return to his hand. So very, very good G-Guard here for if he has another one lined up. Swings Calidrius here. I'm going to activate the Calidrius effect. I'm going to restand the Rhino. And now he has the ability of when it attacks, my opponent has to triple door this and no zeros. This card is so cool. We'll never forget when I read Calidrius for the first time. I was like, this card is so good for Great Nature. Actually has us now have a very reliable finisher in the mid game that can also just really put our opponent at a very disadvantaged position. Thinking about here what is under the gauge. We are grinding here. Zach's thinking to how to G-Guard, how to proceed. This is just 27 though, because Calidrius does not give himself power. Be really good card if he did, because it'd literally be costless. But, you know, we have costless cards like Katrina, Bushi. Why can't you give my favorite clan one? You know what I'm saying? Again, making everything work. Making everything work. Yeah, Zach's here like deep in the tank. We're play testing. Obviously, of course, there's an egregious amount of like time errors on this video. So do not take it with a grain of salt. Or take it with a grain of salt. Because we're play testing, we're grinding, we're trying to showcase off the power of our favorite decks that we love so much. And I'm very sad that we don't get that experience of a lot. So we got a grind here. So I think he ends up going to the one that lets him draw a card for every card that has a gauge on it. Adds, and then he forgets to add. He will add the Blight Tops. Because the Gardner gives himself 10k. I'm just seeing how the shield incrementation works. I'm not very familiar with Tachi cards. I'm very tempted to pick up Tachi. Like, the deck's so fun. I've always watched Zach have a lot of fun playing this deck. And the triple drive does no triggers. So see, if I grabbed the Rhino, I could have had a shot at a trigger. Do your effects. Swing here for the Rhino. Rhino here, going to be 30. No zeros, triple door. But this is still going to shred his hand. Because I'm going to be asking for so much here. He's going to Elementaria. or actually it's thinking here on the Elementar. Yeah, just trying to think about how many swings I'm getting. So yeah, this is gonna be, that Rhino itself is attacking for attacking 4 times. So it'll be 30, 34, 38, 42. So still gonna be asking for 3 cards anyway, but no zeros in that mix is very tough. So like you have to map out your damage very weirdly. And there he goes. He has the Blytop's back because I reminded him. I was like, yo, didn't you use another one to give that effect? So everything's good there. He G-guards here for the Gardner. And is now at a G-Guardians. Swinging here just a measly 26. This will be 26, and then the other column will be 32. But with that Rhino just looming to restand is just very, very powerful. Yeah, Zach just so deep in the tank here. This is kind of forced in a way. I mean, he sees the 3 in the blaze. Just trying to see if he's exhausted all of his possibilities here. I just noticed that Zach's mat is upside down. Yep. So we're very close here. He unfortunately has to take it, and it's no good. But thank you guys on that. So now we're at 5, where we stand in the Rhino. Really needed some help there. So now we're doing the increments, and now we're going for 34. Do we get there? Do we get there? Again, 3 or more from hand, no zeros. Saving the Elementaria most likely for the 42. 34 though, just being such a demanding number. Gonna see it again. Does he hit the heal? No, he doesn't. It's the crit. And the last card was another crit. He had 2 triggers left in deck. Cannot remember what they were, but yeah. There we go. There is Tachikaze Coel Magnumloop versus Great Nature. If you guys like the video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys again for bearing with me through all the difficulties and errors in the video, but we're working through it, man. So thank you all so much. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful rest of your week. I love you all. God bless and take care.